Hello and welcome. This is a lot of comic books. There's a dozen comic books here. I was at Walmart. This was like a month ago, I guess now. I was I was looking for my DC 100-page Giants, and they had these shrink wrap sets of books. There were, I don't remember, 3 or 4 books in each one. The packs were like $8. Oh, it was probably 3 books. Because mentally I was like, this is like 30 or 40% off or something. Anyway, that doesn't matter. That doesn't really matter. So I bought several of them just to see what kind of stuff Marvel had inside. And here we are. This is the stuff that was inside. It's a grab bag of stuff from the last year and a half or so. Some of this is pretty recent. I think that's from December. The Infinity Wars and Fantastic Four, those are pretty recent. This Avengers story is like from the end of 2017. Because this was one of these two. I don't remember which one. One of these was kind of like the new thing when I was getting back into comic books. And so that would have been towards the end of 2017. Anyway, I laid them out like this so I could slide it all together to make a pile. One big stack. Now you're like, what are we doing here, Elizibar? What are we doing? We're going to look at modern Marvel. Wow. Way to go, earbuds. Let me get those out of the way. Boy, I'm super professional. No, I'm anything but professional. I'm just a guy who has a camera in his phone who talks about comic books. That apparently makes me pretty good at what I do. Not. Anyway. First one, Uncanny X-Men #1. I remember when this came out, it was into December-ish. I remember it was cold, but not super snowy. And this book, the art's okay. I think the cover art is actually the weakest part. It's got some kind of... Fix that little... Oh, that spine tick is... Yeah, that's the problem when you buy stuff that's not only been on the shelf, it's been returned back to the shelf or something. Like, this is unsold material. The cover posing's kind of awkward and weird, and I don't understand what they're doing or why they're posed like this. It's showing off the cast of the book, but I don't think it's being very effective at it. I'm guessing that's Psylocke, but it doesn't look like Psylocke. I don't like that beast design. Anyway, that's quibbling. And what the heck is Nightcrawler doing here? And why has he got a beard? I don't know. You flip it open, and there's some cool stuff going on if you just look at the art. I don't know who any of these dorks are, but they have a pretty good fight with one group of X-Men. Then another group of X-Men show up and rescue the first group. Because Rockslide says, we don't need no help, but it's too late. He gets teleported out. And then Polaris throws X-23, and the fight's just over. There's not nearly enough blood all over the place in this last panel for this really to have been the handiwork of somebody who claims to be Wolverine. I don't know. All these multiple men are running around looking to do stuff, and I don't really care. Like, I read this, it still seems pretty incomprehensible to me, and I can't really bring myself to care all that much. Sometimes the art's pretty good. I actually like the sense of motion in this pose right here, for example. And then we turn around and the art just suddenly becomes lifeless again. There's no sense of motion. Even though we got a dude like landing here, there's no sense of motion. There's no sense of anything. And is this just a completely different artist here when we get over here? Like, I don't get it. And then we got this backup feature whose art felt like an indie book. Like, this is something I would expect to see from, like, Avatar Press or something, like, or Dark Horse. Like, this doesn't look like it belongs in a modern... It belongs in a modern Marvel book, but it doesn't look like it belongs in a Marvel book. It's weird. It's not... This isn't what Bishop looks like. This isn't what whoever that is looks like. So it's okay. There's a lot of stuff in this book. $7.99, good lord. It is pretty thick, though. So I guess if you just go by page count, maybe you're getting your value out of this. And I hate this numbering crap. Just make it issue 620. Ah. Alright. That's fine. Let's look at this one. This is an older one. No Surrender. This is like right at the tail end of a plot line. So I didn't really know what was going on. I wish I did, though. There's some kind of interesting stuff going on. But then I'm like, who are all these people? Who's this? Who's she? Who's... Oh, wait. No, that's not Thor. Never mind. For a second, I thought that was Thor. But then I read this text. Well done, Lightning. I presume that's Lightning, then. With your energy channeled through Mjolnir, Earth is stable for the moment. What? You're the god of lightning! Oh, but you're not actually Thor. So, screw you. Like, Thor doesn't need somebody to channel lightning energy. Thor just goes... Pshaw! And that's that. If he even needs to do that, he's freaking Thor. Then we get over here and we got like this fight against whoever, and there's like, what, the 5th or 6th rate, like, Avengers over here fighting him. I don't even know who these people are. Is that supposed to be Beast? Oh, that's Wonder Man. Hey, I recognize one. Cool. And, oh, Squirrel Girl. Naturally, you bring Squirrel Girl to a fight against, you know, Elders of the Universe, right? Grey Squad, we're up. Hey, is it too late to bed? Nuclear arsenal? Hawkeye. Hey, he brought it up. Who? Hawkeye, I'm giving you your Christmas present early. Catch. You made these. What do they do? Have you ever seen nanoacids crawl their way through a bad guy's skin? What is a nanoacid? It doesn't even make any sense. Oh, that must have been Beast. That's a nice sense of motion there with the swipe. The blur is pretty cool. Hey, look! It's our current God mode right there. Yeah, look at that. Hi, Mary Sue. And we got like 2 wasps running around instead of just one. And hey, there's this guy. Who is he again? I don't have a clue. So there's lots of fighting. Oh, look, 2 wasps. They come up. Zip, 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 zip. Whatever. One of them loves the science, but who knows which one. Oh, and this is... When did Falcon get the power to see through birds' eyes? What? Well, actually, not even birds, like alien eyes. Like, I'm trying to remember the Falcon's power set. Like, I'm going back to, you know, when I saw him, you know, with the feathered costume and stuff that looked really cool. And I'm, like, thinking, did he ever actually, like, control birds with his mind? Because that sure looks like what he's doing here. He's just, like, trying to control an alien with his mind. And it works! Meanwhile, they're doing all this crap and this guy's just playing cards with the Grandmaster. There's lots of cool action in here, but I feel like I'm reading an Image book because I don't care about any of it. He's weakening! We can do this! I gotta say, for the most part, the art's alright in this. I kind of like the way most of the book looks. There's just a few places where I think the art is stupid. This Beast design is stupid. Whoever came up with this should be taken out back and beaten with this comic book until he realizes the error of his ways. No matter how long that takes, just stop drawing Beast like that. That's a bad design. If you want to know what Beast looks like, there was this cartoon in the 90s called X-Men. You look at the way Beast looked there. That's what Beast looks like. Oh gosh, the camera's like just shaking. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stabilize, and I don't think I'm succeeding. See, too much violence. Did we get it? I think that's as close as we're getting. So this was alright. This was alright. If I'd bought this, and I remember seeing this on the shelf at Westfield Comics, they had a like this whole run-up of Avengers up to, like, for No Surrender. They had it on the shelf when I was in there. I guess they'd ordered a lot of it. And then we get this. It's Avengers 700. No, it's Avengers 10. 710, 710. No. Pick one! Sorry. And this book is just a mess. It looks okay, but this book is just a mess. Everybody's coming together and they're fighting, and I don't really know or care why. I just looked at the pictures. Isn't that bad? I guess that means the story's crap. I just looked at the pictures of this thing, and they're pretty good. There's actually a couple of... No, I say that, but no. I did, in fact, read something in this. Where's the part where Iron Man is flying? Yeah, right here. You went double god, Dimitri. Never go double god. Somebody just shoot that Tony Stark in the head. He needs to be murdered. That's stupid. That is stupid. But hey, at least Hulk comes in and knocks the gods out. And the last page, we get a little reveal of the Squadron Supreme, and they're looking good, man. They look good. They look pretty classic. Look at this. I dig it. And that's supposed to be Agent Coulson, I guess. For some reason, I look at that and I kind of see Norman Osborn, but whatever. So this is okay. I wouldn't have been too upset if I'd paid, cover price for this thing when it first... Ooh, $5.99. Maybe I would have been upset about $5.99. Oh, okay. So now all these I've kind of liked, except the writing and, some art nitpicks type stuff. Oh, lenticular cover. These are cool. I like these lenticulars. The story in this doesn't do a lot for me, but I love the way it looks. It's friendly. It's inviting. It's clean. The person who did the art. Hold on, I gotta look this up. Natasha Bustos, and the colors was Tamara Bonvillain. Great job. This looks gorgeous. This is very pleasurable. The colors pop. You don't see too often situations like this, but when you do, it's appropriate. Where you have kind of a ruddy tone next to a reddy tone. But when it does show up, it's okay. It's just pretty to look at. It reminds me of the Kelsey Shannon's work on Mighty Crusaders, which I adore. That was beautiful. But we're going to go from that to something where it's the opposite. Like, this is kind of crummy writing. Also, that X-Men book, like, it's stupid to do disassembled. Stop using the same gimmicks! You don't need to do disassembled. You did that in the 90s with the Avengers. You don't need to do X-Men disassembled. That's stupid. In fact, why are we having like 17 events simultaneously? I think last year there was like 25 events at Marvel. Like every book was inside of an event of some kind, it felt like. Now this book, I like the writing. It's about Inhuman politics. But the color, the art, ugh. Look at this, okay? Now, you're like, yeah, okay, whatever. This is probably the best page of the book, just Black Bolt screaming. Oh, where's the page I want? There's a couple pages in here that I want to show off, because they really show my problem. Oh, this is the one. This is the page. Look here. Look how muddy this coloring is. Think about how much looking at this you have to do to see where Medusa's hair ends and the background begins here. Even here in places. Like, it looks just like a mess. Same thing here. Look, all these people talking. Yeah, I'm sure this is like realistic lighting for this scenario. But it's terrible. I can't tell any of these people apart, really. Like, okay, Black Bolt, because he's got a thing on his head. The current king, because he's over there, and this guy is a dork with a baseball cap. Hold on. I meant to mock him. I meant to come back and mock him when we see him standing on top of that hill. Yeah. Okay? Like, 2008 video games want their character back. What is this? Terrible terrible looking coloring work. The Star Wars, I guess the story's okay in this. I didn't really care one way or another, but boy, somebody likes tracing photographs. That is all this book is full of. Traced photograph, traced photograph. Like, somebody just took stills from the movies and just traced them in every freaking panel. Anytime you see a character from the movie, they're traced. Wow. I don't even know what's going on with this book. The art changes just constantly. And I don't like most of it. Most of it I think looks terrible. Like, what? This is what an indie comic looks like. Like, if you had shown me, like, let's go back to, like, 1993 or whenever Impact was a thing, and you show me a Black Hood comic, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's the Black Hood. Because that's kind of what the art looked like there. It was quirky and fun. It's what I liked about the book. That's not what Deadpool, that's not what Marvel looks like. What is even happening in this picture? And the art, like, there's no consistency. And then we get to this, and I'm like, holy crap, look at this. This is gorgeous. This is beautiful. Why isn't all the art in the book this way? Hold on. Let's go see who did the art here. I mean, this person must be schizophrenic or something. Pencilers, Scott Bakalo, Scott Hepburn, and Marcus Toe. Inkers, Livesay, Alvey, Wayne Foucher, Victor Olazba, Scott Hepburn, Chris Bakalo, and Marcus Toe. Colorists. There's even 2 colorists on the book. What on earth? Oh, God. I'm going to start frothing at the mouth pretty soon. It's a good thing the camera's not pointed at me. Okay, this Ms. Marvel book. I think the art's probably okay, because it's aimed at kind of kids, but I still don't like art that much. Like, it doesn't feel right for a Marvel book. In fact, it feels kind of like some of it, like this background was colored in with a color pencil or something. I don't know. It bothers me in a way I can't really articulate. Near as I can tell from this book, there's this nice lady in the red dress, and, you know, she's hanging out, and then everybody decides to ruin her day. And they rip her dress off. And so naturally she's a little upset. And then Kamala Khan, the neo-fascist, decides to beat her up, and somebody comes in and jump kicks her, and then they hit her with a guitar, and it's wacky antics all over. It's not very good. It's not very good at all. The art's kind of competent, but at the same time, like, I see stuff like the way, look at this guy's face. These little ticks here for the curvature of his lip, little whiskers. Oh, maybe those are supposed to be whiskers, I guess. Like, there's little stuff like that. The lack of detail on her face here. The lack of a background. This feels more like an indie book than it does a Marvel book. Let's keep going, man. We still got a few more of these to go. I'm not even going to get into this. I'll say I liked Jesus Abertov's coloring. It's gorgeous. I remember him working on Weapon X, and his work there was beautiful. Here, it's nice, but it's wasted. This is what you see on the first interior page. The writing's not that great. And the line art, this artist is one of those people that likes really, really exaggerated faces, and I don't think it serves the book too well. Oh, actually, I think the very next page is yeah. This is the same person as this. These are the same person, mere seconds apart. I understand you're showing, like, emotion with this face, but the structure of her face changed. Oh my god, this is like that issue of Weapon X where they were going into Russia and the artist just drew all these, like, super exaggerated faces, and it's like, no, that's not what human bodies look like. Not even superhero human bodies. Oh god. This one, I've already started trying to blank this out of my memory. I'm not sure how much of this I should even show. It's just trash. The whole book. And maybe I'm not being fair to the artist, because the artist is doing their best. Like, they're trying. They're doing some pretty okay stuff here. But the book is just written like a steaming pile of poop in a dead hobo's undergarments. Actually, it's not even steaming. It's gone fetid. It's just poop. And it's room temperature. Look at this. Wow. Suddenly... Actually, this was a really funny moment for me reading this book. I'm watching, okay, they're shooting lots of guns and bullets and things. And I'm like, what is that? If you're below the age of 18, now is the time to stop watching this. Is that a sperm? I mean, look at it. No, it turns out that that's fake Spider-Man and Kamala. Well, I don't even understand what they're doing here, but they beat up some coyotes. And then we get to this. Let me read you this fascinating dialogue. X equals 4 plus 3i, in parentheses, which means times 2 plus 5i. Oh, okay, we're doing imaginary math. That's fine. Equal. You know, I should work this out and see if this is even correct. Hold on. Man, I got somebody I was talking to mere minutes ago, and I'm not talking to them right now, and they're probably wondering what the heck is... Oh, good. Here's a notepad. Underneath a big pile of boards. All right. What does this notepad have on it? Okay, nothing important. Nothing important. Oh, there's actually... Nope, that's a phone number. All right, well, I don't want to dox anybody. I should just throw that notepad away. I guess we're going to use the sticky note. All right. So we got 4 plus 3i, 2 plus 5i. All right, so it's 8 plus 6i plus... So we did that. So now we need to do this. So that's 20i plus... Actually, minus 15. Right? Let's double check that. Yeah, that's minus 15. So now we have minus 7 plus 26i. What do we come up with at the end? Minus 7 plus 26i. So why did they go through like 500 steps? What are we showing here? That these are people who can do high school level math? I thought they're supposed to be geniuses. Like, this page doesn't even make any sense. Are they bonding? Like, at least they got the math right. I'll give the... Ironheart, Chicago's finest armored hero. Oh, what? Okay. Who cares? And then we get some stuff with, like, the Vision family and just whatever. What is the purpose of this page? I mean, you realize if you're trying to show them bonding, there are way better ways to do it than this. You can just show them in a couple panels, like, working together on something. Instead, they're just solving basic complex arithmetic? What? Basic complex. Yeah, basic complex. Oh, boy. This book. I'm not going to go any further than here. Do you see it? No? Let me elevate it. Do you see it? That's supposed to be Ben Grimm, the ever-loving blue-eyed thing. Can you even see what color his eyes are? The answer's no, by the way. And then this book... Cool. This is supposed to be the big event. Let's just open it up. Let's look here, okay? Flat angle, flat angle, flat angle, flat angle. Flat angle, but at least there's something interesting happening. This should be one panel right here, but it's not. This whole book is gridded up in this weird way, and every single panel, just about it, where it's just people, is kind of a flat angle. There are very rarely interesting angles in this book, and this art is ugly. It's all like lines, just kind of like somebody just took a pen and just started going, you know what? I really feel like this guy's cape right here should just have a bunch of lines going like this across it for just no reason. Oh, you know what? Who is that even? I don't even know who that is. That's kind of cool, though. But it doesn't save things. Like, look at this. We're only elevated very slightly here for a completely boring scene that needs some kind of cool like angle. We should be like looking down on these people or something. Or you could do a thing like, since he's talking, look through his eyes, and you have, you know, like the people grouped in threes or something, kind of like they are here. What's with this gridding across the page? This is a completely visually unappealing book. For $5.99, you're giving me something that just makes me squint. And that's modern Marvel. If you wonder why, when I go to the store every week and I buy books and I come home and all I've got is like 2 True Believer books and maybe like a reprint of something, this is why. I would rather buy the second cover of this than any one of these books. I just read this a little while ago. This was crazy. It's filled with insanity. Oh, let's look at the paper stock. The cover stock is the same as the interior. The cover stock on this DC book, it's cardboard. Now, granted, like I come over here to this book, which is terrible except for really nice art. That sounds kind of familiar. And the interior stock is thinner than the exterior stock. The exterior stock is heavier duty paper. I don't understand it. This is supposed to be your premier event for the year, and you're giving me a 2-page spread of people getting out of cars. A 2-page spread. This deserves one panel. Hey guys, we're here. Now interesting things happen. Somebody's page rate was too low. That's the only thing I can think of, man. Somebody wasn't getting paid enough. You know what the best part of this Miss Marvel book is? The pun on the cover. Actually, no, I take it back. The best part about this Miss Marvel book is the cover looks like an Archie comic. They look like they're going to get up to some wacky, fun hijinks. It's going to be great teenage drama, and it's going to be fun and innocent. And instead, they just ruin some lady's night. Right here. Now, I realize she's actually a villain and stuff, but come on. She just totally rips her dress and her skin off to ruin her life. Like, golly. Oh my gosh. That's the state of modern Marvel right there. And it's really hard for me to justify spending any money on most of this. The only book in here that's really worth it in the regards of everything is this one. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. This book is actually worth it. It's got appealing art, and the story in it is just fun. It's not my kind of story. I'm a little old for that, but if you're the target demographic, I think there's literally nothing unappealing about it. Plus, this one has this cool lenticular cover, which has nothing to do with the contents of the book, but it still looks great. It still looks great. If this be Moon's Day. So the book aimed at kids is probably the best one. And the Star Wars book wasn't bad, but that art, all those faces that are just traced. You're killing me, man. You're absolutely killing me with that kind of stuff. Sorry for bumping the camera. Alright, I've been ranting for like 30 minutes about this crap. I'm done. I am out of here. You all have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about Modern Marvel down in the comments below, because I can't be the only one who looks at this stuff and thinks, this isn't worth $3.99 or $4.99. Or in the case of like the Uncanny X-Men book, was it $7.99? Something stupid like that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Bye-bye, everybody.